What's up YouTube? This is Aim for Survival, and today we're going to be talking about how to use loop knots in survival. So we've just been outside, we've been demonstrating and testing different pieces of kit and gear, and no matter what I do, every time I go into a kit I've built, especially after I've used it, one thing I keep finding over and over again are loops. Loop knots, if you want to call them that. But what they are essentially is a string tied into a loop. So let's go ahead and get started. So we'll begin by taking a bite in the cord, tying an overhand knot in it, but not tightening it all the way down. Next, we'll send our other working end through it, and wrapping around the cord it just went through, we're going to tie another square knot. So what that looks like, tightened down, is two separate knots, but when you put them together, they bind up really good. As you can tell, it's starting to snow here. It was raining. After being 80 degrees this week, it's also now snowing. Welcome to Tennessee if you didn't know where I was at. Now your first, most common use will be for a neck knife. I have here a Mora, which I do love carrying on my neck. I clip it on there and it's secure and where I need it. If I'm working in camp, I'm constantly going for my knife, and I do not want to be reaching in and out and under my clothing. You also risk puncturing your clothing, constantly putting your knife back here. Now at the moment, my bag is on the ground. We've took a longer piece of paracord. This time, we're just going to grab both ends, the overhand knot, make a very, very simple loop. This one is less adjustable. You see here, I do have a Y-shaped tree behind me. Now what we're going to do is find us a branch and tie our gear pack up with it. But we're going to do so in a manner that is easy to get undone. What I have here is a longer loop of cordage. It's probably about 2 foot in diameter, maybe a little more than that. We will lay it over the center of our stick, reach through and pull our loop. This here gives us a toggle. Next we will run our toggle through our tree. And at this point, if you carry quick clips, you can put a quick clip on here and easily attach your gear to the loop. And now our bag is off the ground. As you can see from this side, the stick is held in place. Now that we have our pack secured and off the ground and our neck knife handy, let's go ahead and show you use number 3. Next, we'll be talking about our tarps. Now, as the elements do not work in our favor most of the time, we will need to run a tarp. Now, there's several ways a loop knot can be useful in this situation. Okay, I've got here the corner of one of my tarps. As you notice, it does have a little nylon tie-out. This is your battle box tarp. Since we are in a hurry at the moment, we'll go ahead and tie our quick overhand knot loop. And we'll come to the corner of our tarp, running the loop through the middle of it. reaching through the loop again, and securing it down. Now this will aid when I go to pin my tarp down, or if say I want to use the same ridgeline system, and now I can fly my tarp off of the original loop. Now as you see behind me, we do have some shelter. We have our gear dry. We have our neck knife. Let's go to example number 4. Okay, so now we're in our shelter. Got a little bit of coverage from the snow, and maybe I don't need my neck knife around my neck the whole time. Now you could use the small necklace you already have. However, a smaller loop works very well for this next part. Let me come a little closer. By taking the knot of the loop, finding my belt where I want my knife to rest, pulling the knot through first. Next, I will reach in that loop and pull down the smooth surface. Now I've got a little ring. And what this will do, it will serve as a dangler for my knife. So now if I squat down, my knife is still where I can get it. If I get in my vehicle, it's still right there, and it's improvised dangler. On this demonstration, I've used a wider cotton rope. We'll take our standard loop, run it over, reach between once, twice, trying to keep everything neat, and 3 times, dressing the knot as you go and pulling it down. What this does is make a Prusik knot. Looking at our knot here, you'll see it's a perfect spot to hang equipment from. Maybe your bush pot if you want it out collecting water. More than likely your lanterns. Your candle lanterns work really good in this method. The heat dissipates before it could affect your materials, as this is an independent ridge line and our tarp's not yet connected to it. We could always use it to tighten our ridge line up, which is very useful in inclement weather. So as you see here, the wind is catching the tarp. Now using our Prusik knot, having already tied it to the tarp, as you can hear, we can tighten that ridge line up exponentially. So looking here, again, notice our cordage is 2 different diameters. We'll take our loop, reach through not once, not twice, dressing it so it stays neat, but 3 times, running it through the center of the cords every time, and keeping the inside knots to the inside. Done right, it'll be very neat. Spread it out just a little bit, and then cinch it down. And this grabs the thicker cordage, and under pressure will not slide. However, when pressure is released, it slides relatively easy. This is an old cord. However, as you see, it jams up on itself right here and will not slide. This is very useful in shelter building and climbing and just different campcrafts. So everyone, we've seen now that loops have a lot of uses in constructing camp and getting comfortable in camp. Not to mention how to support and take care of your gear. Now, we all know it's no fun breaking camp. However, a loop shines then too. Let's go ahead and go down to a tent peg and show you what I'm talking about. Alright, now down here where you can see, you notice we do have a peg in the ground. Now if you try to use a claw hammer to take these up, they ain't gonna last too long, especially these ABS ones. What we'll do, wrap our loop around the base of the catch and just pull straight up. Again, and just much quicker. This is a different type of tent peg. With this one, you can just wrap straight around and pull straight up. Now while I was cleaning up my gear, I had several loops that I did not really need. So what I have done is took them down a little bit. And if you notice, my pack here do not have tie-outs. We will take our small loop here, run it through, And now we have a high visibility pull tab. Now while doing this, I seemed to struggle more than I thought I should. So I wanted to show you what I ended up figuring out. Now how I did this was I pinched the tag end to the working end, leaving plenty of room to tie the knot. Wrapping it around, you'll notice it takes up a lot more cordage than you would originally imagine. So I left it loose. Now I tightened it down when it hit the length that I feel I wanted. Now just in case I do want to alter this, I'm going to leave it long on both sides. We'll burn these down here in just a moment. Now I have another loop, running it through the eye of the zipper handle. And now I have two high visibility pull tabs. These are useful when you have gloves on or if you're cold. It also keeps me from digging around in the dark. I will have to clean these up a little bit inside. Alright, so we saw more than a few ways to use loop knots in survival. Now if you haven't already, I'd like for y'all to like, comment, subscribe to our channel. Until next time guys, stay safe.